right, beautiful people worldwide. Now with open eye and clear conscience, now I welcome una come on top the portmanteau today. This one another program where they always tell us say they get in mind to chook mouth for all the matters where other programs they know they fit chook mouth put. And as now they say I'm now me Osagato, that fine proud Benin boy. Wall of now they call talk now justice sit down here so. And I'm not there here alone. Studio full today, not be small. We get two beautiful guests where come inside our studio today. Come follow us do the show. Two of them are from the two of them are women actually, because you know say we not go fit do without women. And as we be saying now the women month, now we all they celebrate. So we say make we carry these women come on top the show. May they come share with us waiting done they happen since the beginning of this women month celebration. Women powerful. They thought say women not powerful. Like say the person never drink water from the right source. Whoever don't drink water from the right source, go know say women they very 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 powerful. From Mother's Day, we enter Women's Day. Now not be only Women's Day again. Now it don't turn to one full Women's Month. If you know say you strong, you be man. Try and collect one full month, say na Men's Month. Whether government not go turn the whole policy against you. We get two beautiful guests where come on top the show today. One of them we're going to talk about the International Women's Day, where they don't celebrate since the beginning of this month, where we did so. And then the other one from the education sector, a very thick madam, at that person where get strong leg for inside education matter for Nigeria. First of all, Bob go to discuss with one of the ladies, the one where go talk to us about International Women's Day and waiting that they do for the girl child. Me, I go come up later again to talk to the madam from the education sector. Make could I not go anywhere. Make I just rush, join them, collect coffee as they drink also.
Yes, y'all welcome back to the Portmanteau studio. Today we get one powerful person. You know, this person has, she has taken a lot of sacrifice to help the girl child. She has a foundation, she hosts foundation as well. And in the studio, we have no other person, a great personality, Pat.
Thank you for having me, and hope we can do justice to the conversation today.
Hopefully. It's nice to have you in the studio right now, Pat. We are very glad right now. So, Pat, why are you here in the studio right now?
I'm here to discuss more about the girl child, and thank you for the coffee. I think it.
Please.
Thank you so much.
You can have it.
So it's good to be here, and right. I'm really excited to share more light on the topic that we are having today, concerning projecting good inspiration for the young girl out there. Because if you see what is happening now in the world generally, a lot of young girls are losing hope because I used to say that the social media has actually done more harm than good. Because they see what they see and they want to experiment what they see. So it's time for us to start changing the narrative by making them understand that education is key, being focused is very important. Where you are born doesn't determine your destiny. You know, I used to say your background does not determine your destiny.
Yes.
So some people say, oh, my father died at this age, and that's why I went into prostitution. Or my father and mother died from this wretched home. No. You are born poor doesn't mean that you should die poor.
All right. You're still going to be giving us more on that. While we are off the set, you talked more about this month. What is peculiar about this month?
Oh, this month is International Women's Day month. So our focus for 2025 is Accelerate Action, which is women coming together to take action against gender-based violence, against corruption, against insecurity, against out-of-school children. You know, they used to say that it takes a village to train a child. So I think this theme of this month speak generally to women cut across around the whole world. So it's time for us to come together and leave every other issues we have aside and put our hands together to bring a generation that is filled with knowledge, potential, and we all take action to make this happen.
Checking out your profile, you stated that you are the founder of Golden Integrated Project Limited, a co-founder of Golden Empowerment Foundation, and you've been championing Kids and Women Foundation for years. So right now, what is your foundation up to?
We are very specific. We don't do too much. Okay. Our very first goal, we work in line with the United Nations goals, which is zero hunger, and also zero poverty, say no to poverty, zero hunger, education, quality education, and also health. So we are focused on those 4 for now. So now we are talking about raising potential leaders. That's why we talk about grassroots education. Because if you watch it now, a lot of young girls are doing drugs. So we go into school to talk to these young kids. It's about say no to drugs, say no to crimes. You know, when we talk about bullying, girls are bullying each other now. You know, anything that the girls get involved is dangerous. And when a guy start doing drugs, you say, oh, he's a guy. No. When a girl gets involved, it's worse. So we are trying as much as possible to work with the grassroots to educate young girls that you are very important to the society. You're first a mother, you're a sister, you're a friend, and you're a wife. So the responsibility of women is broad. So we need to educate the girl child that you have a role to play in the home, and leadership starts from the home. So it's important for us to do that. So our foundation is key in those 4 areas. So we talk about education, back to school, kids school, those teenage moms, especially those young girls that they're out of schools due to early pregnancy. You know, some of them don't even know the father of the kids. And now we are making sure that they go back to school. When you give birth, go back to school. Because if you're educated, you'll be able to educate your own child. So that's what we are doing now. And also we talk about zero hunger. We're trying as much as possible to increase the awareness of farming, farming and greenland farming, and to educate young people on that. Because when some young people go out of school, when they're out of school, they don't know what to do. So instead of you to be because an idle mind, it says the devil's workshop. So when you don't know what to do, be creative, be innovative, create something for yourself. So that's what we are trying to educate them, mentor them about.
So right now, what is your opinion or integrating your organization into helping the girl child? Right now, what are the kind of partnership you've been into as a take-up point so that we just wrap up this interview? Okay, so
to our partners, what we do is that we collaborate, and that's what we are even doing here right now. It's like we're partnering, sending this message across to the world. You know, so for me, I always say that education for the young girl is important, and parents should listen to their children. Be a friend to your children, both the boy and the girl. They are important. It's time for us to sit down the drawing board and see where we are doing things wrongly. Bring up open conversation with your children. So my take, something I want to leave out for the parents out there is that sit down with your children, let them tell you things they need to share with you, they can share with people outside. God bless you.
Thank you very much. That was a very wonderful one. You know, each time she comes around us, we always have one thing or the other to learn. We'll be back with other things.
All right, my beautiful people worldwide, welcome back again to the show. This one is still the portmanteau today. That program will return us to get in mind to chook mouth for all the matters where other programs are not the fit chook mouth put. As we tell you now earlier on, say we get a better guest for inside the studio. This our guest were in the studio with us today. Now that kind of thing where Jesus Christ talk, where people go they meet her for John the Baptist talk concerning Jesus, when people go they meet her for baptism. He said the person when they come now for baptism, he not even reach to lace the shoe of that person, say because that person got boy, he pass him with everything. And so the madam will get inside our studio today, take pass us with everything. But we thank God, say we pursue her, we call her, and she answer our call. Today we won't go into education matter because so many things don't change for our education system, and that is why we say make we carry this madam come on top the show. I get Dr. Dideolu Adekogbe inside our studio. She na renowned education influencer, esteemed author and a consultant. Her expertise spans education management, school quality assurance and development strategy. She be respected voice for the education industry, and she be contributor on national education matters, both in print and electronic media. She is also a parental enthusiast. That one you dey call a person wey really get concern for how we take the parent on top our children. She na the CEO of Flourish Gate Global Consult, that one wey dey for Nigeria here, and the lead convener of Bring Back Primary 6 movement. In short, na this one na we see, na make we talk say na this madam na we go carry come inside the show. Wetin she see wey make am carry am for head say primary 6 must resume back for our basic education. Na she be the convener of that advocacy, ensuring say children complete the process of primary education at the appropriate age. Dide Olu is a certified management consultant and a fellow of the Institute of Management Consultant, a certified and licensed teacher and a lifelong learner. Her profile, God boy, this profile long. She be active member for education group of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry and City Chamber, Koshofe Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Now there she dey serve as the vice president of that chamber. She be the director of studies for Flourish Gate Education Management Academy and lead facilitator in the academy. She is the convener of the School Executive Forum, that one we dey call SEF sef, the Teachers in Future Conference, na she dey put am together too, and the school staff training program, na she dey make sure say all this one dey happen for our education sector. She has consulted on schools startup for interested investors, and success stories follow all her work back to back. She don build structures for school, she don re-engineer schools, and she don serve as board members of schools and faculty members of consulting outfit. She has been recognized, she don gather so many awards both within Nigeria and outside Nigeria for her contribution for education development. She don partner with so many NGOs, organizations, foreign organizations to impact education space through various projects. I think na the see profile. If I call you to read this, if I read this profile finish, I tell you this show don close, because after this profile we no need to talk again. The profile sef don talk for itself. Dr. Adekogbe is a seasoned trainer. She be coach, she be mentor, she dey passionate about process and procedure and standard. She is a Christian leader, happily married with better sweet and fine amazing godly children. Dr. Dide Olu Adekogbe, we dey happy say you come on top the portmanteau today. You are welcome, ma.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. That was awesome when you were reading all of that. Thank you for the time.
Honestly, you deserve them, because there's anybody where don't put in work, where don't put in effort for whatever she they do or whatever he they do, we supposed to give them better accolade. That's why I say you deserve them. We know say you did very busy. We don't want to take too much of your time, because if you say make we leave us, make we dey talk, we fit talk for 1 hour. But my producer here now no go gree that one. So first question wey I wan ask you concerning education matter for Nigeria. So we know say private education sector they really try for our country. Whatever anybody dey talk, make we dey give them their accolade, because if not be for them, I not think whether people wey fit get opportunity go school go plenty like this for this country, because at some point e be like say government school now come flat, you understand. So private education na come take over, come mitigate, make I use the word where lawyers dey use, mitigate for the education sector. So now wetin as an education consultant na parents suppose dey look out for before they enroll their pikin for any particular school, because sometimes people go say that school good, put your pikin there, that school good, put your pikin there. Wetin dey for that school where they make people say, or wetin make people watch out for that school where go make person say this school is good true.
Thank you once again for having me. What to consider to send your child to school? It is broad and broad and narrow. But I'm going to start off with the person who want to take the child to the school. That's the first place to start. That talks about your personal consideration. What do you have in terms of money, your affordability? You know, when you go to the market, meat, you can get meat of different sizes for your, according to your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot say you like big, but can you afford it? So you must have a budget. How much have you budgeted for this education? This education, this school I'm looking for, this is what I have in my pocket, that without any problem I'll be able to pay it every term. So then you must also consider location, the convenience. How close is it? Because as far as I'm concerned, we live in a world that you don't even need your child to go to a school that is far because of transport, because transportation is another problem. So if you're like looking for, this is where I'm living and I need a good school, let me look for good school around that my kids can walk to. And that was what happened for my 4 children. We sorted school around. Their primary and secondary school were close to where we live, and that's where we are still living. So they naturally on their own trek to school, they walk to school
easily.
So proximity is another important point. Your cost, that's your pocket, your proximity, very important. And then if you now want to say, okay, transport, you also look at, how far you want. Some people say a school that is close to my house is not good enough. I already see them finish. Wait till you see finish. Now you have that at the back of your mind. This is how much I have. This is how close I want the place to be. And then, okay, this one is also transport. Fine. This one on my own side as a person. Because sending children to school require you to be prepared. It's not an accidental thing. And you may say being pregnant may be accidental because you don't know when you'll be pregnant. But you know that when you are married and you are sleeping with your wife, pregnancy can come.
Definitely.
So you must also be prepared, So the same thing, you are also prepared for your child to go to school. The level of your preparation is going to determine what kind of school your child will go and what kind of progress or success your child will have. So when you have done your own, then you now set out and now begin to do, you shop for school now, you go for, like you do window shopping. So you just move around. And so when you have to be on the lookout for a very secured ambience, environment that is secure.
Good.
Inviting, secure, safe environment. Not just one that was a school, very good school. Sometimes a friend of mine whose daughter wanted to go, and I recommended that, so I said, oh, this school is good. But do you know what? She visited the school. When she visited, and I asked her later, she said she did not like the security of the school. Is not tight. It's not tight enough. I said, how? I said, well, people were walking in and walking out without anybody accosting them or whatever. And that school is a good school. But that school lost that child because of security. Then the welcoming aroma of the environment. All the personnel, are they welcoming? Are they friendly? Are they child friendly? Are they adult friendly? There are some environment school where you get to what you will be sensing is toxism. Tension. There will just be tension, unnecessary tension. Everybody just like, and such an environment is not good enough.
Everybody sends their children to school so that they can learn, get quality education, and come out as a better person. You understand? How do you now assess their level of what the kind of quality of education they can give to your child?
Okay, good. After you have done your environment, because even in the environment we're talking about, you talk about how safe the environment, how friendly they are, the infrastructure they have. You understand what kind of the equipment and the rest, and then the caliber of staff. But you won't know the caliber of staff from just outside. You need to have entered. And that's why parents, when you get into school, ask questions. You are the buyer, and there is a buyer right, there is a buyer power. Who is this? Who is that? Who are the caliber of people taking these children? What is there? Ask questions. How many years have they been in existence? What is the vision of the school? What is the mission of what are the core values? The caliber of teachers you have, what are their levels? I'm not saying that all of them should be PhD holder or MSc or whatever. If whatever, are they qualified educators? in terms of having gone through, training. But of course, it's not as if all of them that have gone through training are also good.
I was just going to say that.
But even at least that this person, Kukuma, just try go training for teaching children. At least no do. There will be something that will drop into that person's heart, unlike the person that did not at all. So you now have to ask those questions and engage, and then ask them what kind of curriculum do they run.
Okay.
What kind of extracurricular activities do they do? Because beyond academics, in this dispensation, before it used to be purely academic. When we're going to school, you must come first or have all A's.
Does it?
But in this one, it is not compulsory to have all A's. What is more compulsory now is that child finding him or herself in terms of the potentials. So in addition to academics, you must ask, what are the programs, what other supporting programs do they run? How well are they deep in extracurricular activities?
God bless you. You know why? Sorry, madam. You know why I'm nodding in affirmative? Because before you came in, we've had a brief conversation about this particular point. I was somewhere and a friend said, we have so many brilliant children. They are good in their schoolwork, they are best mathematics, best in English. Say, but most of them are not smart. So I was now like, how can you have a brilliant child, but that child is not smart? He said most of those children, once they are out of school, when they come home, most of them don't know what to do without being told. He said until he tells his child, come clean that place, before the child do they normally clean it? He used fan as an instance. Say one day he told his child to clean the fan, at least clean the fan in your room. He said, daddy, do they normally clean fan? How do they clean fan? You understand? He said, so most of those child, that's a child that came out best in mathematics in his school. He said, so most of these child, they are brilliant. He said, but they are not smart. So we were having that argument. Now, how do we bridge this gap?
Good. One of the ways, so in school, as you search for school, that's why the extracurricular, what are those things they do in extracurricular? Because some also have extracurricular that is just not imparting, skill imparting. It should be those that are imparting, and then you have a choice. In most schools, it's elective. You can decide because you need to pay extra because they need to get coaches and people will take them through. You understand? So you need to ask. I was speaking with a new school is about coming up, and then I was speaking with the investors, and the wife said, I'm looking forward to doing something that is more skill inclined, entrepreneurial inclined, even from primary, that children at this level should be able to do some basics. Some basics of, a long while, those days when we're growing up, and I'm ironing and something goes wrong with the iron, I go for screwdriver, I will open it. I look at the wires and connect the wires back. You understand? In my kitchen, was it yesterday or so? As I was watching, and I saw that the water just poured directly down, and I checked on, I saw that it was losing, and then in the kitchen, I saw there was a knot. I used the knife to tighten it. The plumber had to come in today to do something, and I told the plumber what I did. He said, oh, that's it. Because I'm like, so many people cannot even on generator by themselves. They need to call the technician. But these are parts of basic life skills. Definitely. That should be, listen, but even, when you even talk about school, it's not school alone that can do that too. Home must also be able to do it. This one that the daddy say is academically smart but not intelligent in terms of application of the content. The school will not teach them everything. So even as a home, as a family, you must also design supportive program to aid what the school is doing. What we have found these days is that parents are leaving everything to school. School cannot do it everything now.
It's part of our
the children are with us for the most active part of the day, 8 in the morning to around 4. That's when they are really active. I was telling parents, you need to work in collaboration with school, because and when they tell you something about your child, listen to them. Don't be forming and be trying to protect or do anything. These ones are the ones that see the children when they are really, really active. When do you see them? In the night when you come back from office, they're already weak. The characters you see is not, when we tell you that we see something, they say, no, that can't be my child, it's not possible. That's living in denial. You don't know, children, they are chameleons.
They play
they can, what you want to see, they can show you what you want to really see. You know, so even for home, like this dad you said, does this father have time during the weekend to do cleaning at home?
And do cleaning, not just for the dad to do cleaning, and involve the child.
When I mean do cleaning, I mean take the child alongside.
Yes.
Bidemi, we are working, yes, see, we want to clean this fan. Because school will not teach them to clean fan. So let them not begin to, you know, if what basics from the early years, you know, what Montessori will do, take those children through practical life activities, and so that they can do a lot of things. But there are also things that the parent can take it off from where the school stopped. And your vision too, even as a parent, one other thing, as a parent, what is your vision for your child? What do you want your child to be? That will also inform how and where you take your child to, so that when you look at the vision of that school, does it align with your own vision and your family values? Most families don't have values. You don't have what is guiding us, the code, and what guides your home.
And probably that is one of the basis of the so many issues, instability, moral instability that we are experiencing in the country today. And so that would take me to the next part of this conversation, is your advocacy for Bring Back Primary 6. You have been doing this for a while. You understand? And I know in Nigeria education system policy, the basic education is 6-3-3. It used to be 6-3-3-4, but now I think they removed the 4 now. You know, so it's now 6-3-3. I don't know whether they say.
No. You see, 4 is there
for the university. Okay, so it's 6-3-3-4. That's 6 years in primary, 6 years in junior secondary. I mean, 3 years in junior secondary, and 3 years in senior secondary.
No, you probably want to say 9-3-4.
Okay, hopefully.
That is the primary and the
junior secondary. You know? So that is our policy. So why is Bring Back Primary 6 is an issue again? Why are we advocating for because already Primary 6 is part of our basic education policy?
Well, you know, we are a nation that we like to always do short. We always want to look for the shortcut for everything. If not that we want to look for shortcut, your child want to go to school, or you are in a place, but you don't know what rules guide
this place.
Every parent should download the national policy on education. It's on the net. Nigeria National Policy, NPE. Go and download it. Read it like you read your Bible. That is the education Bible. Just like Bible for Christians and Quran for the Muslim. If you want your child to be educated, because sending your children to school, educating your children is a partnership thing. And so you must know what is embedded in that partnership. If you want to go and partner with somebody, there must be proposal that you have written. There must be all of those things. You must know about that company. The company must know about you. Both of you must read together, and then highlight those areas that you are going to work together. You know, so that is what it means. So parents need to know what is stated in that book is that a child that is 6 years will be admitted into primary 1.
Good.
And that child that is 6 years admitted into primary 1 will spend 6 years in primary school.
Okay.
6 years. Go to primary 1 is year 1, 6 years, and use 6 years. And then from there leave. That child is going to leave when that child is running to 12. And then leave to the next level of junior secondary. That's another 3 years. And then from there to that. So expectedly, that child should be going to 18 years when she will wrap up the whole of secondary. But now, what we find that is 14-year-old children writing WAEC. It was the same thing that made Professor Oloyede. He went around when they were writing JAMB, and he was seeing some small these ones are supposed to see me in the primary school. What are they doing here? They are coming to write. Not that they follow their sister or follow their mommy to bring their sister to write. They are actually the one writing.
It was
what informed him to say, that if you are not so age, you cannot write
Jam.
And then the Minister of Education there, Professor Aminu, right, now came out and said that they should finish up and they should be 18. You know, so many things are happening in our system, and we look like we are the one causing trouble for ourselves. There's so much confusion. Somebody said that, and everybody say, "Oh, thank God, let it be." Even when some people say, "How can they do that? How can they do that?" And another person just came, and the first thing the person feels should do is to go back to where we were. It's not right. We won't be working well. So one of those things that really moved me is the fact that children are suffering.
Good.
We are denying them the right to be children when they are children, taking them off from being children, denying them of their childhood experience. You grew up now. You knew those days. We cook soup. We play cook soup. We use Derrica tin to cook soup. We started with water and red sand, and we look for small. We used to have small stone those days that we use as meat. And then we bring matches from our house. We do cook.
Yeah.
We cook with sand first.
Yeah.
Then before we gradually bring in pepper
and all those
palm oil
vegetables.
and small things from our houses to cook.
I understand.
You understand that? Those were part of growing up. Those were plays that we did. We were not sitting in front of cartoon or playing game. We went out. We did suwe, tente. We skipped. You do, when you are skipping, you will be doing style. You will do round, you will round, you will go up. These were things we
great
did.
experience,
And
lovely experience.
when you do suwe, you become so much a master that you have your seed that you use. That your seed obey you.
Yes.
You know, even if the place they do ta-ta-ta, it will not. After you do like this, it will stay. But our children, they don't do that.
They don't do that, yeah.
You understand? And the fact that they don't even do it is not enough. Also, that parents feel that right from the time they give birth to the child should be an adult immediately. As soon as they're giving back, this child is already an adult. That's what parents want. They don't want to go through the process of nurturing. You understand? It's the reason why they are forcing children to go. So we see a lot of things happening in school. See, go to GS1, the secondary school GS1. Go and see the way the teachers are suffering because of the ages of children
that crossed into GS1.
Yes, it's so terrible. When you leave that one, then go to the university 100 level. Go and see what is happening. You will cry for Nigeria. You know, so those things and a lot of other things, the things are like, this is a policy. And it is to the benefit of our children. For all the rush and the running, you are going nowhere. When you get to where you are going, heaven or anywhere, God will not ask you, how early did your child finish? And give you award for 13-year-old writing WAEC. There is nothing like that. But meanwhile, you are going to give account of how you nurture that child properly. If anything goes wrong with that child, you are going to be accountable.
As Mama dey talk here since the matter just dey enter me now, I come dey search my conscience whether I dey guilty or not of those things where she dey talk. Over 20 million Nigerian children are out of school. We want to discuss that matter when we come back. Book not go anywhere, we dey come back now. This na still the portmanteau today. That program where they tell una say they get the mic to chook mouth for all the matters where other programs they not dey fit chook mouth put. Those of now where don't subscribe, give us on top YouTube. We dey thank una. We say una dey try. Those of now where they always go our YouTube channel, go dey tackle us for all the matter where we dey carry come. We dey thank una now. They make that YouTube page the day sweet for us. Those of now where never subscribe, give us wait una they wait for. Our YouTube address just dey down the screen now. Subscribe. Press that bell button so that you self go join out the VIP set of people where go to receive a lot of every new episode where we dey drop on top the show. Like we dey always talk, una get anything where una dey try advertise, make the world see. You get any agenda where you dey push or any program where you dey organize and you want me people help you hear am, can you come give us on top the portmanteau today? Our marketing department number still dey roll on top your screen, so just contact them. They go book appointment with you. Una go meet, una go discuss. Your program, your products or your market, don go viral be that. We still get our very own oga in the house, our own mama, Madam Dr. Dideolu Adekogbe. She don dey talk so many things about education matter since, and we wan take am to the next level now. Doctor, Nigerian government, we know say dem dey try for education. Dem dey push anything education matter. Just recently, Governor Sanwo-Olu commissioned a newly built school and renovated school in Ibeshe area in Ikorodu. And when I saw those clips on the internet, they look very beautiful, and it proves and shows that truly government are serious about revamping, government schools and public schools. You understand? So right now, because of the so many push and so many advocacy for people to go to school, we have so many people enrolling in schools now. You understand? Many people are taking their children to school, at least for the basic education. But the increase, we have increase in enrollment. Is the infrastructure and manpower measuring up with the rate of increase in enrollment? Because in Nigeria, yes, statistics shows that in a classroom, in a government school, we have close to about 60 to 80 students to one teacher. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that is very bad. And as far as I'm concerned, that is porous. Because I don't see how any teacher will be able to manage about 60 to 80 students at the same time. You understand? So how is this one impacting, one, on the quality of education that we are getting, and then two, how is it affecting the society at large?
Thank you once again for having me here. Yeah, the government is trying, especially Lagos State government is doing so much. Some other states too are also trying. But it's a big job. It's very huge. But thank God for the private sector, like you said earlier, stepped in. If not, a lot of people will not be in school. So as much as the government is, the job is much, and I just wish that even the government too, they are sincere. I wish that they are sincere, because a lot of these projects they are doing, they are wonderful projects. But are this project done without cutting inside pocket? Because what probably have been spent for one school could have done like 3 schools.
3 or even 4.
In terms of, if we are sincere and honest. I think that is still where the problem is. Most schools should have been renovated. But what we go for more than a school has been spent for just one school. And pressure on that one school that is renovated is another trouble. In the next 5 years, there's not going to be problem in that school. Because in that vicinity, like the Beche you said now, most people want their children to come to that place.
Go there, exactly.
Even some will come from Itamaga and say they should come there because of the environment and everything, and there will be pressure
on that school, on that facility.
So but why not we spread it? Let's spread the resources we have, so that infrastructure can also be spread around, so that more schools will have access to those things instead of concentrating it on just one. We can have more people. I know, yes, let me also congratulate the government. There have been so much done that now a number of people are now going to government
schools, yes.
Especially those children that are in the low-cost schools. Parents are now taking them to government schools. That's a plus. That's a plus, But we can still do more. Poverty is still in the land. Poverty is in the land. Economic constraint is still like this. And this is what is informing a lot of things that is happening. And so government should please still do more. Infrastructure, electricity, a lot of these things, because there is no matter what the innovation is done now, it must be powered. Is our power stable? And then how secure is the environment that is being renovated, so that after a while we will not find that if they put a solar panel there, that the thing starts flying by itself, or the fans they fix
start moving,
and then the laptops are also crawling. You understand? So many things. The community, are they involved? Are they take ownership of the school? When the community take ownership of the school and the infrastructure, nothing will happen. If anything goes wrong with those buildings, with those infrastructure and those things, then the community leader, the community people, they are aware. Because not under my watch, you know, we should have this not under my watch
mentality. Yes.
You know, that this thing that they have done, it's everybody's money. They now bring everybody's money to come and do this one for us. We must make sure that we do it. So infrastructure is key. Do you know there are 6 schools in Lagos that sit under the tree?
Honestly, and that is where we are going to. What about the manpower? Do we have enough people coming as teachers? And what are the quality? You know, we've talked about it in the private sector perspective. Now we are looking at the government schools now. The people that are teachers, you know, in government school, the manpower, are they well equipped? Because I remember I think it was during Governor Fashola's time, the deputy governor then, I know she was always calling for periodic exams for teachers. And those periodic exams, your performance will determine how far you will go, if you will remain in that level you are or be promoted. And I'm sure many teachers didn't like that woman then because of what she was doing. So, and then we had quality, you know, teachers. Now, do we still have that kind of quality? Do we still have that kind of texture, you understand, in government schools? Quality teachers passing quality knowledge to the children?
Yes. If I don't know anything, I know of Lagos State. And I know that there's been a lot of restructuring done. That you cannot be employed now if you do not have education qualification, like I said earlier. And immediately you are entering a series of trainings. There's orientation to absorb you into the system, and there are series of classroom practices, you know, training and the rest. So training is going on.
Okay.
Even at suburb level, trainings are going on. You know, they are recruiting right and they are training.
Okay.
But now, are the teachers using
those training?
So that is now to now get back to the leaders in the schools for proper supervision and monitoring. Have you been trained? What were you trained on, and how can you use what you have been trained on? I think it is now the application of the content of training that we should take. That is where we can really see the changes that we want, because you know the level we are now is not just building capacity, but we must be reskilling and upgrading.
Basic. That's
upscaling.
That's basic.
That is, what do you do? What do you know? How do you improve on the one that you know so that you can use it even better than? It's not just arbitrary training anyhow, but relevant training that are very intentional to cause change. So government is trying. Government can still do more. They can do more. They should be sincere with us. They should use their conscience when it comes to human and the fund that they are using. Let them not just see that we cannot do them anything. If we can't do them anything, God can do them something. Yes. You know, so let them close their eyes and breathe in that fear of God and see that if I live here today, can I walk straight
into anywhere
without police escort?
I went to your social media platform. I saw you had a back and forth, or it was actually a response to somebody's post. You know, this person posted that he went to Finland. You understand? He's also into education ecosystem. He said he went to Finland and he was surprised that in Finland there are no inspectors in education system, that they just do things on trust, and those that are operators of education, they do it as the law says they should do it. No cutting corners, no nothing, and apparently there are no inspectors. And then you replied, you know, his message, and you said, I buy your point of establishing a system that allows that process to work, that the process in Finland to work. You see, like respect for the profession and fantastic salary and welfare. So those are what are making those systems to work. He said, I know those 2 points mentioned earlier will will lay a good foundation on which the process of lack of supervision or inspection of schools and teachers will work. So are you insinuating that the Nigerian professionals in the education sector are not properly paid? Are they not having the adequate welfare? You understand, a kind of welfare that will make them really come out with their hearts to do their job.
Finland is one of those very fantastic companies that are doing very well. Their children, the Finnish children, are doing well because of the system, because of the education, because of the system they built around. They don't know this. When people are given jobs and they are qualified, they are well trained, they have gone through, and they were able to go through the process, and they got the job, and they are trained and they are paid well, and things around the welfare facilities around is also encouraging. It makes them happy. They feel very glad and happy to go to school every day and do their best. They would not need anybody to come and be running
Supervise
after
them.
We are not yet there. We are not yet there. We are still far from that.
So that means the practitioners are not having adequate welfare, and the
Absolutely.
salaries are still nothing to talk about.
It's not in news. It's something that is we all know. Knowing full well that we cannot even pay teachers complete, as in you cannot really pay teachers for the worth of what they are doing. But even what is coming in is also, well, I don't know, they say it is what government have. And then when it's gone to private, it is also what private
has.
You know, private schools can only pay based on what they charge. If you cannot, there is nothing you will do. You can't squeeze them more than what comes in. It is what comes in that they are going to use to pay. You understand? So even as much as can we have, so in such places, all of those schools are government schools, you know, they are not private.
Definitely, yes.
Is our government ready to have schools that will accommodate all the children, not just in Lagos State, in the whole federation, and then they employ all the teachers that will teach and have all the infrastructure? You know, it's a tall order. So
it's truly a tall order.
So I don't know, but it's something that we can start.
Okay.
But even with what we have, I know that some state governments are doing well. They're trying their best in terms of paying the teachers well. You know, yes, they are, but more can still be done. And then respect for teachers is also very important. Value the worth of what they do. You know, value them for what they do. You understand? And where do they live? You see these days in public schools, a lot of the teachers are living far away from where their schools are.
Working.
It was not how it started though. They were living close to the places, because I know I worked in the government sector too. Your address will be there. They post you close to where you are living. But over a period of time, these people also desire to have properties of their own, and where they can afford is far. It's not close to where they are. So they have to go and buy land in far away places, and they build. Some of them leave home as early as 4 a.m. in the morning. Some of them sleep in the school premises Monday to Friday to go home Friday evening. Some of them you see their eyeballs red.
Yeah, but in that kind of a situation, they can apply for transfer.
That's another thing.
To a school that is closer to their
some of them,
residents.
Especially in Lagos State, some of them they build houses far away from Lagos State.
He said they build houses far away from Lagos State.
You know, okay. So how will Lagos State will not post you to
Ogun State or
understand?
Something? Yeah.
So many things are involved. But if you have a system that cares and matters, what stops government from having housing schemes in different areas that teachers can live in? You understand? Housing scheme, and by the time houses are built, the money is even more than what people can afford.
That will take us to the next part of this conversation, when you say government should build housing scheme, have housing scheme for teachers and all those stuff. So that will now take us to government seriousness with education, finance You understand? We saw the last budget, the 2025 proposed budget. We saw that about 3.52 trillion was budgeted for education, and then statistics shows that it's cumulated about 7.3% of the entire budget, and this is a far cry to UNESCO's recommendation. UNESCO's recommendation is about 10 to 26% of the budget for education. You understand now? And with this budget now, what position does this put Nigeria's education? What position does it put the practitioners? And what position can this even instigate the kind of change that we are looking at in our education system?
Money answered all things. If until government see that education is a place they should put more, we're likely we'll just be rolling. I shock you to share this. Once upon a time there was a commissioner, and then as they gave out portions, their locations, other ministry were coming to education to say education should give them out of their budget. Education, can we have some percentage out of what you were given? What was not even yet enough. Some people are still coming to take from it. What do you want to use the one that they
gave you for?
Which one do you want? Is it house? How many houses have you built? Is it road? How many roads are you building? Finance? How many people have you given money to? You understand? So, is he talking about value? As long as we are this way, education will still be down that where it's not supposed to be. We need to be ready to close our eyes and put money, just the same way parents who send their children to private schools are closing their eyes to pay money that is even beyond what they can naturally afford. But they're like, I want my child to have good education. You understand? They do. So the government should also see in that angle, ensure that they give enough money, because it's that money that we are talking about, the infrastructure, we are talking about salaries, we are talking about other materials and the rest of those things. If the money is small and not just one school, now how many schools in a state, how many local governments, what is the population of the local government? In most local governments, they don't even have enough public schools to cater for the number of children. Some children have to go for distance before they can get. So that's why some parents say, okay, let me just look for one local school. I'll be paying 500 naira per day. I'll be 1,000 per day. I'll be going there. Because it's not safe.
It's not. And the danger in this now, because I was reading a report about the out of school children, in Nigeria, and it's estimated to be about 20 million, which is a staggering number. That's about 10% of our entire society, entire population, because we are about over 200 million, and when about 20 million is out of it now, you understand, out of school children. And this is not unconnected to the severity of the economy. Many parents cannot even eat, talk less of sending their children to school. And where I want us to talk about is the options or the alternatives that most parents are now taking. Most parents are now taking their children into unconventional school. Like in the religious setting, you see mostly the Muslim, they, instead of taking their children to normal school, they take them to, Ilekeu, that is Quranic school. You understand? Some will take their child to go and learn apprenticeship, and some will take their children to go and be doing one thing or the other. They say, since I can't pay school fees, maybe go there, they learn work. You understand me now? Now, what is the implication of this on our society? That's one. Then two, how is it possible for government to look into this and maybe integrate them? Like these Muslim schools now, those Quranic schools, they are well grounded and they are well organized. Is it possible for government to integrate them into the conventional school curriculum? You understand? And even if it is the apprenticeship thing, is it possible that government identify one or two of them and absorb them? So as they are doing apprentice, they are also teaching them, other basics. Is it possible, and what modules do you think the government can apply?
Thank you once again. Yes, the out of school population is increasing. This 20 million, I think, was last year or 2 years. The possibility of increase, is not far-fetched. So which mean that we are not still doing well. We are not doing well. Insecurity is part of the issue of out of school.
Definitely.
People are taken away from their natural habitat because of war, because of a lot of issues, and they are not. When they are still looking for where to stay first, will you now be talking about school?
School.
Well, and in most of those areas, it's a school that they use to accommodate them. That is an abuse of the use of a facility. A facility that was meant to be used for learning is now a place for school, like a dormitory for families, fathers and mother. So if we really want to solve the issue of out of school, we must ensure that our community is safe, our country is safe. Our country is safe. Security, one. Then we must also ensure that we put more fund into education to have buildings, more structures. Then we must also ensure that even for those families who feel that they can't afford this education in the way it should, there's what is called inclusion.
Good.
We should find a way to include them, like we talk about this model of apprenticeship. Of course, it is workable to work with them. A lot of we have some of them who are into bricklaying, shoemaking, mechanic, and the rest of those things. In communities, we need data. We need to know how many communities like that do we have. Maybe where even in local government, there are still communities inside local government.
Definitely.
Local government is also big.
Yes.
Those communities, then how many, because now it's government who is partnering. How many government schools facilities do we have? Then how many of such places do we have where we have children learning this, doing this internship or apprenticeship? Then can we get these people that are their trainers, that they are bosses, let's get them register and tell us how many children they have in their custody, and then say Monday to Friday or Thursday they will come to your place. Okay. Maybe Friday and Saturday they will come to the regular school. So that all that you have done in terms of practical, then they can also come to school, and then it can be supported, because for everything you do, you need to be able to speak. You need maths.
That's for sure.
A furniture guy was working and he was calculating. You cannot do anything. You're a bricklayer, you need maths. You're a furniture, you need maths. You
mechanic, you need maths.
Bricklayer, you need maths. Everybody need maths. So that maths is a difficulty. It's not. You can't run away from it. You understand? So we just must walk around and see that level of mathematics. There is a level of math that is applicable to everybody, and that level, let everybody at least acquire it first. If you want more, then you will know. So for those ones, let's be able to have a community where we can have them together. And then if there is no government school there, is there a church? Is there a mosque? Is there a private school that is also community friendly, that we can have their facility to use, so that these children also they also have a feel of a formal setting, because they are in an informal setting. Let also, so we say some of them have gone to primary school, they left primary school, or they left junior secondary school, yes, but they do not really. Some of them when they were children, that they don't even know
anything.
So we need to really get them out in such a way that they can really integrate. Is those ones after there was a young girl several years after secondary school. I think she wasn't just doing well, and the parents were not happy. You know what they did? As soon as she finished secondary school, they sent her to technical college. She didn't like it, but they said that's where you will go. And so where she was there, I think that's where her brain started opening. Then she did what she had to, and after that she went to seek admission to go to Polytechnic. For those who we see, we should look at this program, because another thing is stigmatization of all of this program.
God bless you. We
look down on people and say, ordinary. I remember several years when I was going to school, after my grade 2, I did my NC, and I came back and I got admission to Unilag to do my first degree. And I told, my daddy died earlier, over 40 years. But he was a very rich man, so he had enough to take care of everybody. But of course, you have people who are what do we call them? The administrators of whatever.
Yeah.
And so you say, I'm going. They say, the daily admission, kini teacher, I was just wondering, teacher, as if, do you have any power to stop me or what? You feel that unfortunately that person is not alive to see
what
the
you
teacher
have become today,
even as a teacher.
That stigmatization I think we should dedicate a whole show for it, because that is what is actually affecting so many people in the education system, especially a lot of students. I don't know, I was discussing it with people that went to technical college, technical school. You understand? In developed country, those people are more respected
and even well paid.
Well paid. But here in Nigeria, if you just tell person that you went to technical, they will look down on you. So I was telling somebody, I don't know how it's called. I say because government is recently pushing for technical school that people should start going. In fact, I think they are proposing paying them stipends for going to technical school. You understand me? And recently, I think the secretary of the technical school board was speaking that in maybe 5 years or 15 years time, he said the degree will no longer be relevant because technical school is going to be taken over. You understand? So I said, is it now a competition? You get what I'm saying? So let's talk about stigmatization. Like I said, the polytechnic students, they are still finding it hard to gather acceptance or for them to be recognized, to be at par with a degree holder from the university. Now you are pushing people to go to technical school. What will become of them when they finish? Because anybody that goes to technical school, at the end of the day, he or she must be able to start something. Because I don't see any company that will leave a graduate from the university, an engineer graduate from the university, to come and employ a graduate from a technical school in Nigeria. That is the stigmatization issue that we have. You understand what I'm trying to say? So how are they, what is going to become of them? Because people definitely will rush to it. They will rush to take what will become of them at the end of the day. What program, what plans does the government have for anybody that is graduating from a technical school as they are proposing it now?
For me, there's a wrong footing already. There's a wrong startup. And that wrong startup is that you are going to give money to people that come.
Yeah, because
which means that people who don't even want, because of the money,
they will just go.
They will go. So that's not how to do it. Why don't we make that place so attractive and make sure that people that pass out of that place are people to be respected in the society? They are working, they have organization, they have companies, they are not just, and those who have to be employed, they are employed in good places. Then nobody will need to tell you that you should go
to this place.
You should do.
That's
we should
fine.
Just make our children. It's part of educating them to let them know what do you really want to be. Some children, okay, these days, even these are children, some of them say, I want to be a dancer. I want to be a makeup artist. I want to be a this.
It's already happening.
And their makeup, they don't do it in university.
At all.
It is a lot of these are in the technical. I found a young man who said he wants to be a filmmaker. He wants to go into acting, writing script, and the rest of those things. You understand? These were things that look like, for all the money that your mother spent on top of you, this is what you can. You understand? Become. But these are the things that are really, really paving way for children to be expressive in terms of creativity, in terms of potential, unleashing potential. Is the place that you can really get that, not in your regular scope up, box up, job. So government shouldn't let them not try that. And it's not enough for the secretary of board to be saying in 5 years. It is not word of mouth, it is action. What are you doing? What have you put in place that will make it attractive?
Like you have rightly said, they started on a very wrong foot. You don't induce people to do what should benefit them. If you put it where you get the right footing, definitely people will come at it. And like we said, the society should also be ready to accept that. Even before the society accept, they let the government also begin to create a platform for them to thrive. Maybe like all these government construction works that they are doing, employ them to come and do, instead of going to bring one expert from one place or the other. Thank you so very much, Ma. We'll be rounding up this program in a very short minutes, in a few minutes. I just want to stretch you a little bit more. The incursion of technology into basic education. We have just about 3 minutes to talk about this. You know, technology is taking up everywhere. My niece, when she came to my place, please, can I have your phone? I say, for what? He said, the assignment they gave me. She came to spend the weekend with me, so she brought her. Say, the assignment they gave me, I want to quickly Google it. I say, you want to Google it? You don't have textbook on it. He say, I have, but you know, they say we should use Google Kiniko. I say, so now there is technology, and it's in basic education. If it is in the senior level, I would say okay, but from primary school, child is already using Google to do assignments. You understand? Where is that leading us? You know.
Well, technology is interesting and it's good. It has come, it can go.
That's for sure.
It can only get better. But like there is a recent video that went viral, I think in the US also, where it was talking about, you know, Sweden. You know, Sweden too, they have receded from their decision of outright technology. Okay. They have started introducing back books, textbooks, and writing. You understand? And that's become an issue for discussion. We must. My point and my stand is moderacy. Okay. Technology is good. We need it, but let us moderate the use. Let us moderate the application. We need because we have screen time to manage for children at tender age. You're already exposing them so much more. They are watching TV, they are on their phone, they are doing that, so it's so much. Then this child who could naturally have sat down to reason some things out,
research,
cannot. So critical thinking and problem solving is already being hindered by the fact that just all you need to do is pam,
the answer
is there. Where is reasoning again? So we need to tread these things cautiously. I am a serious advocate of technology, but I say in schools, apply technology in measures. Be intentional, be deliberate, and ensure that moderation is applied. Do not take away those other skills that the child needs to develop. This ability to write. Now we are almost everything is going to CBT now. We no longer even for people who are writing thesis.
Yes.
You know what it will have been. I know, yes, technology came in to help. If you are writing thesis, you know how many books you go and look for. And how many people have written books on that thing that you will not have to be able to review. You understand? But technology came in. But even at that, it is also important for us to know when you get to that level, that postgraduate at that graduate level. Great.
It's okay. That's what I'm saying. Like basic education level, primary school to junior secondary.
I was in a PTA meeting, and the parents were also talking about that. They bought textbooks, and the children are no longer using textbooks, and they are now using phones to get. So what is the relevance of the textbook? Are we saying the textbook is no longer relevant? And if it is relevant, shouldn't we have the time for children in this class and this class? They should do without this thing. Give them assignments from the textbook.
That's basic.
And then as they begin to move up to the SS level, yes, you can begin to expose them to wider scope of technology. But ensure that they have a solid foundation on being able to source for materials without having to naturally depend completely on this technology. We need it because we also cannot leave them not to know, so that they don't get to a place and they are looking like people novice. From old age and from a stone age. But we must be able to side by side. This, you need this. In this, let's do this. In this, yes, let's use it. Here, so that we can balance it. We need to sincerely balance.
Thank you.
And quickly, just before we go, I like to say for the technical school, part of the thing that should be in the curriculum is teaching the children to be bold. The self-esteem of the students that attend technical school is low. And it's the reason why when people talk to them, they feel that they are not good, they are not good enough. Part of the thing that should be in that curriculum is how to help them build their self-esteem, so that they will know that, yes, I'm a mechanic, but I'm a mechanic with a different. Bring your car, and I'm going to handle your car, and you will love the way I handle it with so much confidence and boldness. and so we learn, and they learn so much that even a graduate of civil engineering, when he come, you will know theory. You know theory. Me, I can
know
apply
practical.
theory. You know theory. Me, I will apply theory. I will apply your theory into practical. Let them bring motto for us. You know, let's have something to work with. And so I mean, I'm an expert in my field. You know what you know. I know what I know. So you're not better than I am. Neither am I. But we both of us should work together so that we can come out with.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you in our studio here. I know you organize training. You do some management training and all those. So when is your next training coming up?
Thank you so much. Yes. We have an online academy for school owners and school heads. The first batch, that's the cohort for February, is already going. It's 3 months. We have that we wrap up by April. So the next cohort for May will be starting in May. The next batch will be starting in May. It's online. It's 3 months online. So you can reach out to us to know. And then we also do central trainings like we just had for the school executive forum. That comes in once in a year. Comes in early in the first quarter of the year. We have had the one for this year, and the next one is next year. But continuously learning, like I said, a lifelong learner. Continuously, people in our groups, we have we engage, you know, in our WhatsApp group and Facebook pages. There's continuous engagement.
So let's have your WhatsApp group page address.
Okay. All right. Okay.
On your social media platforms where people can link up with you.
All right. For social media, you can link up with me at Dideolu Adekogbe, and then that's on Facebook. Okay. And then also you can also reach out on the school executive. You know, the school executive on Facebook and then social media. And then for WhatsApp. Well, that's my WhatsApp number. My NTN is my WhatsApp number.
That's the number you also use for the group.
Yes, it's also the number. Yes, it's also the same number that I use for that. And then we have the school executive forum and the WhatsApp group. We have the Flourish Gate. We have quite a number of them. We also have Bring Back Primary 6, movement also in the group. So all of these are available, like I said, continuous learning. And then by May, we'll be having the annual Teacher is the Future conference. That also comes up once in a year. We have once in a year for school owners and leaders. We have once in a year for teachers, apart from in-house that schools would want us to come to their schools to come and train, their teachers based on their particular needs. So we have that runs throughout the year. In-house training runs throughout the year. But central programs comes in, at specific times, in the year. So the Teacher is the Future is coming up in May, ending of May, specifically 29th of May. Wow. And we'll be deliberating on issues that have to do with innovation and then design thinking in the classroom. So Trust to see you.
All right, thank you so very much. Now I don't hear so. If you dey run school, you get school. You dey look for how to help your staffs or management team to improve in their quality and in their knowledge base. Just contact them. Their contacts, their address, and everything they on top of our screen now. See they see them. So if you just do screenshot or make a copy of down, just contact Madam. They get everything available to improve your school operations for you. Not get and twisted, and also go take one generator on top the show today. No remember, not forget say you be Naija. Anywhere where you find yourself, make you dey rep this country well. Not flow them put hand for waiting go spoil this country name. Not do drugs because you no get any better thing where they do for body. Thank you.